All right, folks, in this video, we're going to be talking about when to bail early with candle confirmation, right? Trade management, right? All of it starts off at 1-to-1, as I'm sure most of you are aware by now. We start off with a strict 1-to-1 stop, give it ample wiggle room. But is there a point where we got to decide to just pull the plug on it? Like we got to decide, okay, it ain't doing it, or I have new information given to me and I must adapt to that new information. Yes, there is. Okay, so we're going to go over USDCHF from this particular day. So this is something that I bailed early on for just a couple pip loss on it. So, and it did end up pushing up a little bit more later on. So if I did end up holding, I would have took a full loss. So I played good money management, followed the plan, and I was able to keep that loss super small. So like this thing started off as, you see like the strong close right here? You see a strong close on the 1 hour beneath that previous low right there. I would displace beneath it right there. So I have this thing in a downswing, and sure, it's in a discount. It's been selling off for a while here, but I have that strong close. I have my focus on this right here. Okay, so all the rules, like I have this old low right here. It comes up and it tests that, right? We get our 5-minute buy side liquidity sweep, all that good stuff. And if you're watching this video and you're not even sure what candle confirmation is, you need to start from the basics first. I have several videos on candle confirmation, all which will be linked in the video description. So you need to learn all the basics first. You need to be following along in my free Discord chat day in, day out. There's going to be a link to my free Discord chat in the video description. I also recommend following me on Twitter and Instagram because I post clips on there. All right. I post clips on there with little trade reviews. So if you want to learn candle confirmation, then follow me on all of my socials to get consistent content, because I post a little bit more consistently on those than you'll see me post on YouTube. So, you know, it comes up, it tests that old low, right? And we end up getting like the liquidity sweep. So it takes out the 5-minute buy side in here, and we end up getting the 1-minute displacement right there. So if you go to the 1-minute chart, you'll see what I'm talking about. We get that displacement, not the biggest displacement, but it qualifies. So I get my confirmation. I want to target this low down there. I need a pullback in this case because of my 10 pip rule. And I slap a 1-to-1 on it just to give it ample room to do its thing. But something happens a little bit later that causes me to bail before hitting a full 1-to-1 stop. Whenever you see something like this, so in this case, of course, we have a bearish scenario. Whenever you have a bearish scenario, it hasn't cleaned out that low yet, and price comes up and it closes into a new candle, and it closes above the previous high. You see all that candle right there, this 1 hour candle? It closes above the high of that previous candle right there that had our strong close that was framing the candle confirmation setup. You see how it closed above that high right there? The second you see that and it closes above that high, that's your cue to look for the door. That's your cue to bail, okay? Even if you don't have your full stop out point yet, it gives you the opportunity to manage your risk a bit better, play good defense, and get out of there. That's not a scenario that you want to see. There'll still be those times where, you know, you'll have that and then you'll bail and then it'll end up going in your direction, and you can't obsess over those times that happens, because it's going to happen sometimes. The vast majority of the time, whenever you have this scenario, it's good to adapt and it's good to get out of there when you have a strong close above your previous high like that. It's okay if it comes up and it tags it out and it closes weak and it failed to displace. Like say, for example, this came up, it cleaned out that high and it did not close above it, then you're still good to sit in it and do your thing, because it's still respecting that liquidity. The key thing here is it did not respect that liquidity. It closed above it. Now it's in an upswing. It closed above it. You don't want to be in that for a short deal anymore. Okay, it's not a good deal anymore. You need to bail. But if you have the swing point put in, but it's still respecting that previous high, then you're good. It's okay. You can stick it. You can stay in it. Stay in the play. But if you get a strong close like that, then you need to bail. Now, another question that's going to pop into somebody's mind is, okay, Mike, but say I get this on a 4 hour. Like, let's just imagine that I get this on a 4 hour chart. I get that close, but then the 1 hour's in an upswing. Do I need to bail? No. You played on the time frame that you're operating on. So if you have it on a 4 hour, these same rules would apply, but you only bail once you get a 4 hour swing point put in and it closes above the previous high. You don't bail on a 4 hour deal based on what the 1 hour's doing. based on like the 1 hour, it's an upswing, for example. You wouldn't bail in a 4 hour because of that. You play the 4 hour. Okay. So, but that's what you look for. It's very simple. And then of course it would just be the opposite for, you know, a bullish scenario. Okay. It would be like a swing point to the downside, closing above that previous high. That's where you look for the door. Now, other times that I bail early, will be like, say I have not hit full PT or full stop and I'm coming into New York close at 5 p.m. Eastern time. I will bail. I'm not going to hold past 5 p.m. Eastern time. I don't hold past that point. I don't hold into high impact news, red folder news. Okay. Those are other times that I will bail early. And yeah, at the top of my head, that's about it. Those are the times that you need to play good defense and get out of there. And again, folks, if you want to learn more about candle confirmation in depth, you need to be in my free Discord chat. Okay, where I plug everything beforehand, these plays beforehand, and you can actually see this stuff unfold with me, and you can learn in a real-time environment. It makes a big difference. Okay, if you're not in there, there's a link to my free Discord chat in the video description. You need to be in there. Okay. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like, you subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and I will keep the content coming.